Hey, what's up, besties? It's your girl E.Michelle, and I'm back with another video. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If this is your very first time, make sure you click that subscribe button, as well as check out the playlist for the rest of my reviews. Yeah. What is... Y'all, something just hanging like... I thought it was like a spider or something, but it was just a piece of fabric. Anyways, so normally I do these videos live, but as you guys know, I had a graduation to attend on Monday night, and then yesterday I went to kickboxing and I instruct Zumba. So by the time I got home, let's just say I was dead to the bed, okay? And so I did get a chance to watch most of the episode yesterday, and then I finished it up today, and y'all, I made some notes, okay? I got my notes together. So if you guys don't mind, we're gonna be in the car and we're gonna talk and we're gonna get this show on the road, all right? And excuse my boomquisha look today, but it was up in a bun and I hit my head trying to get under the table to charge my Fitbit. It was just a lot going on today, okay? So anyways, this episode is episode 11 of season 6. This is called Keep It Real. And we start off with Joseline, Karlie Red, Jessica Dime, and Melissa. Karlie explains that she has always had Joseline's back, and that's why she was so fired up and so intense about the argument she was having with Joseline, because she really genuinely cared. When other people were against her having Joseline's back, she still stood up for Joseline, and it just really gets to her. She says that Joseline's the only one out of everyone that really just gets to her like that, and I was like, you're gonna have to find something better for yourself, you know. Like, I don't see, Joseline would make me upset because she can't even speak a full sentence. I'm just saying, I mean, no tea, no shade, but I mean, she really can't, so that wouldn't upset me. But Joseline does end up apologizing to Karlie. She tells her that she's sorry for the drama, for the beef or whatever, and that it's squashed, you know, everything is done, and you don't have to worry about that anymore. And then she also apologizes for throwing the flower at her, because that was one of the biggest things. Then she comes out and admits that the whole blackmailing thing, there was nothing in the envelope. And I wish I would have been doing reviews back then, because I definitely said the same thing. Ain't nothing in that envelope, because Karlie is definitely an open book and she loves publicity. So there's like nothing you can hide. Like, even the fact that like her daughter was in college, people found out that. I mean, she's a reality TV star. There's not a whole lot that people won't find out, especially when it comes to Karlie Red, just for how she acts, you know, via the internet. She don't hold back, you know, on telling her own tea, spilling the beans about whatever relationship she's in. So I just didn't see her having too much that she could come for her with, other than maybe a birth certificate showing how old Karlie really is. I mean, has that been confirmed? Have we confirmed that yet? I'm just saying. So anyways, all is well, and basically Joseline just says, you know, if you do hear anything about my baby daddy, don't bring it back to me. That's what I don't like, okay? So we'll be cool, just don't be bringing the bone, okay? Don't bring the bone back. So next we have Stevie J and Kirk. Stevie J meets up with Kirk, and they're talking about him not taking the paternity test and all the stuff that happened at the party with little Scrappy, talking about Mama Charlene coming up there and just being like, you need to take the DNA test, and the message that she, you know, wanted someone to deliver to Kirk, and I guess Stevie J was the one to deliver it. I was okay with Stevie J meeting up with Kirk, but I just didn't never see them really being that close or that cool, so I'm guessing he would carry in the bone too. And but Kirk's demeanor about this whole situation, like, he's just been real standoffish and just real, like, whatever, you know, if it happens, it happens. And him not wanting to get this paternity test is just really throwing me off. Like, why not? Why not get the paternity test? You got a whole wife, okay? You got a whole wife and a whole family that you're trying to protect and save, and you won't get this paternity test to prove that this child is not yours so y'all can move forward. But instead, you're just holding on to it, which furthermore makes me feel like this story is a bunch of crap, because I don't know no man with a whole wife that wouldn't go get a paternity test to prove that the baby is not his, unless the baby was in fact his, unless he indeed shot up the club, okay? Y'all know what I'm doing? Shot up the club, okay? So unless he shot up the club and he's trying to hide the fact that he did that, I mean, I just don't understand. So there's nothing you can tell me to make me understand that. So anyways, next up we have Tammy, Rasheeda, and Mimi, and the Pandemanium goddess, and which I learned that her name was Estelia. Estelita. Her name is Estelita, okay? And they introduced Estelita to Mimi, and Estelita tells them that Stevie basically sought her out to become the next salsa queen, okay? She's gonna be the next salsa sensation out here. I'm like, y'all do know Stevie J do hip-hop. Like, Joseline's career never really popped off with her music. Y'all let me know if her music popping or something and I just missed it. But I'm pretty much a music buff, and I haven't heard nothing that's made me go and click and download. And I don't see how, if she getting #1s on iTunes or something like that, I don't know. It's got to be just from the show. I don't see her out here doing it. But neither here nor there. Stevie J got these women once again believing that he's going to give them the career of their life, okay? So then Mimi and the Panamanian goddess, and they began to share tea about Stevie, because Estelita was under the impression that she was the only Latin artist signed to Stevie J's record label, and Mimi says, no, Joseline is signed to there as well. So, of course, like any woman scorned or, hurt by tea, you provide tea in exchange. And you say, well, I was kicked out of the house because Joseline came over and she saw me and she kicked me out of the house. And so that lets Mimi know that Stevie J and Joseline are back on good terms. Whereas a couple of episodes ago, Stevie J had told her that they were not. And now they are, quote unquote, playing house, okay? Then Tammy tells them about her planned trip for everyone. She wants everyone to come, and she lets Mimi know that Melissa will be invited as well. And they're like, okay, so let's talk about this Melissa and Mimi thing. Like, what did y'all have going on? What's the tea, okay? Because I heard y'all was messing around, and Mimi goes on to explain that, yeah, we had a little fling or whatever, but Melissa's ties with Joseline was more than what she explained, and I'm just not here for it. So boom, there you go. That was the end of the relationship. That was Mimi's side of the story, okay? So next scene, we have Jessica Diamond and Baller Bay, which I'm really happy about this relationship. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because it seems legit, it seems genuine, it doesn't seem forced, it seems like they are genuinely into each other. And that previous relationship that she had brought on there with the girl, I don't see that being real, but this seemed like a genuine conversation. And I don't know if it's because this was the toned down Jessica Dime without all the purple pink hair, and she just looked like a real person, like a real girl in love, and I loved it. I was here for it. Y'all need to keep bringing Jessica Dime back in this capacity instead of that other capacity where she doesn't look like she fits in. In this role, she definitely feels like she could fit in on Love and Hip Hop and be somebody natural. But anyways, they just have this conversation, and they're talking about how they got together and how, things are working out now, and they're just excited to be together, okay? And then she tells him about Karlie extending the invitation to go to Jamaica with the girls. And although it's Karlie extending the invitation, Tammy is actually the one who is hosting it, and she's not sure about going, and considering the fact that her and Tammy had gotten into it. Baller Bay come with some real stuff. He said, this is some fake stuff here, okay? This beef, y'all need to just squash it. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense for y'all to be beefing. So you need to go ahead and squash that, because Tammy is like fam. So we come to find out that when he was playing for the Knicks and Walker used to be in New York all the time, they had established some sort of baller rapper relationship. Y'all know how those go. And then so they were cool. So she, he says, she basically like family or whatever. So she admits that yes, it was wrong, and she felt bad about getting into it with her, and that she hopes to try to mend that relationship. So next we have Mimi and Stevie, okay? And Mimi hasn't told Eva that she has a new little sister. I'm not really sure why, because Stevie has said plenty of times that Eva knows that Joseline is pregnant. So they decided they're going to tell her together at the same time. Then Stevie whispers to Mimi, why is Stevie always whispering? Am I the only one that noticed that Stevie he's always whispering when he's talking to the ladies? He's like, Mimi, you're a good mom. Like, you're a real good mom. He reminds me of DJ Khaled. Like, you smart. You real smart. That's what he was giving me in this whole little thing. But anyways, so Mimi tells Stevie that she also met the Panamanian goddess, okay? And then tells him all the things that she shared with her, sorry. And then she reiterates that she doesn't want Joseline around Eva, because if they playing house, they can do that on their own time, but do not involve Eva in that. And that he needs to keep the Panamanian goddess strictly business, because she already knows how Stevie can get, and we all know how Stevie is. More than likely, he's mixing business with pleasure. So Joseline then goes on the reel, which I think I missed this whole little thing when she was on the reel. I believe I saw it like on Instagram or something, but honestly, just being real with y'all, I stopped watching the reel after Tamar wasn't on there anymore. I just didn't like how I didn't like her exit, and it didn't matter what was going on behind the scenes or whatever. For me, I didn't like the exit, and I didn't like all the drama around it. So I may start watching it once again. Like, I watch clips every now and then, but I don't really watch it. But anyways, Joseline is like super proud of herself for being able to make it to the show, and she said she was nervous, but once she got out there, everything just felt so real. Like, it was just so comfortable for me. I was able to just do me, you know, like, I like this. I think I should be doing this more often. I was like, okay, Joseline. And then towards, I guess, the end of the week, I don't know if they asked her to spill the tea. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the episode in its entirety. But Joseline decides to spill the tea about Kirk and Rasheeda, basically saying that, you know, their relationship was gonna fall anyways because it was built on lies. And also tells the tea that Kirk has a outside baby. Now, I'm not sure, like I said, when this episode aired. It was likely before this season, and nobody knew about the, you know, the baby. I mean, the vlogs was kind of going a little, but nobody really knew, and I think this is what sparked the vlogs to kind of go off. But I don't know what she was thinking doing that. So then we have Tammy and Rasheeda, Karlie, Melissa, and the Panamanian goddess, and they all meet up to try on some swimwear from Tammy's season 3 swimsuit wear. And I don't remember season 2. Maybe I just missed it, but I don't remember season 2. I remember season 1 because that was when she got, or maybe that was last. Y'all gotta help me out. When was season? Tell me when the seasons were, okay? Because I don't remember. But they get to talking and introduce Karlie to the Panamanian goddess. Now, this conversation happened after Karlie had spoken with Joseline, and they had made up. And remember, the last things that her and Joseline talked about was not bringing back the bone, anything that had to do with Stevie J, like leaving that stuff alone. So introducing her to the Panamanian goddess, everything was cool until they mentioned that this was Stevie's new artist. And then she was like, oh, okay. So she was like, interesting. Okay, so she just kept it at interesting. Everybody was like, why you being me? She was like, me being me? No. But I mean, us watching it, we already knew why, because Joseline had said, don't bring me back the bone, and she knew that this was some hot tea. Okay, I knew it was hot tea. Like, I'm waiting on somebody to tell Joseline that he didn't got him another Latin goddess. Okay, and I already know Joseline gonna be all upset in her feelings. But anyways, oddly enough, like, Melissa was pushing hard. Like, she was pushing hard for the Panamanian goddess. So but first, in the midst of the whole Panamanian goddess, you know, introduction or whatever, she tells Rasheeda, like, oh yeah, well, since we talking about Joseline, I was watching the reel and she was talking about your personal business. You know, Rasheeda is upset because she was like, I haven't told my son yet. You know, my son, let me just ask y'all this. Would y'all tell your son so he can be prepared before all of this stuff goes off? Like, for me, I'm just being honest, I probably would prepare my son, knowing how social media and stuff is. I would give him a briefing on the situation before he was able to find out from somebody else, because I wouldn't want my son out there questioning, and I would want him to be able to speak on it if someone says something and not feel uncomfortable or they catch him off guard. That's just me and my parenting. I think it's a difference between putting kids in a grown people place and then making sure that they're safe, because once you break that kind of trust with your kids, I feel like like you open up, especially in their teenage years, you're opening up a whole world of emotions and stuff that they end up hiding because they feel like they can't trust their parents. I don't know, y'all let me know what y'all think about her not telling her son. But she was like, yeah, you know, I haven't told my son yet. You know, he's probably watching. First of all, what teenage boy is watching The Real? But I did feel her when she said, you know, his school, people from his school may be watching and they'll be talking about it and all of that stuff. So I got that. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, you don't want him to be in the center of the issues by putting it out there on national TV, my bad. So yeah, anyways, that happened and she's all upset about that. And then they come back and Karlie was like, so you're not gonna come to my grand opening then, are you? And Rasheeda was like, no, I'm not gonna come if Joseline is gonna be there. And so then the Panamanian Goddess and Melissa were talking, and then she was like, well, oh no, Tammy says, but you should go talking to Panamanian Goddess. We're gonna call her PG because that's too much to say. Talking to PG, like, you should go so you can network. And she was like, well, am I invited? And I was like, from that moment, I was really like, I'm not here for it. Like, I'm really, really not here for her attitude already. Like, she should be trying to question, like, okay, well, what's going on? Why does Karlie have this kind of attitude towards me? But it seems like already she just didn't need, I don't know. It's just weird. You can already tell she had an attitude. But anyways, Melissa goes ahead and says, you know, you should come. She's coming with me. She's gonna be my +1 or whatever. I was like, okay, this seems really forced, but hey, if you want to come, you can come. So then we have Tommy and Auntie Jock, and Jock is trying to fix things with everyone. He's in a fix-it mood, so he says. So he has invited Tommy to come to his haircutting, and she comes there, and she apologizes for bringing him in the middle of the drama, you know, saying that she did use him to get back at Karlie, but in the midst of that, they did build a friendship, and she appreciates that. And then Tommy did let him know that she did feel blindsided by Karlie coming to his thing, and he was like, well, I didn't tell her to come. And she said, well, how did she get there? He said, by bus. I was like, Jock, really? She took the bus. But anyways, they come to grips with the whole situation, and one last thing that Tommy says is like, why are you doubling back talking to Karlie? And he was like, you know, I don't really know, but I'm gonna go to her opening and we're gonna see what it's about, okay? So then we have PG and Stevie. Apparently PG was doing some sort of magazine or shoot. I don't know. They always doing some kind of photo shoot. Where do these pictures be going? Because I don't never see these pictures. I'm still waiting to see these pictures with KK. I ain't seen them. That was the beginning of the season when she was doing her photo shoot with a little doggy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, they always doing something like that. Stevie meets up with her, and PG gives him the rundown of what's been happening, her meeting all the girls, and she says that she doesn't like Karlie. She lets it be known that Karlie had rubbed her the wrong way, because when she was saying stuff, she was like, interesting, and that made her feel some type of way. And then she insinuated that Karlie was old by saying that she needed to be in a retirement home. Now, one thing I didn't like was that, first of all, Panamanian Goddess looks like she's at least like 35, 36, okay? Like, no tea, no shade, you know, but you can't be out here calling people old and you out here looking old. Like, yo, everything about you is out here looking old. Like, you don't look like no spring chicken yourself, okay? Like, so I'm gonna need you to back off on the jokes, because ultimately, no matter how much we want to hate on Karlie Redd can be 50 years old and the girl is popping. Her body is popping. Her face still looks good. Like, she still takes care of herself. So y'all can hate all you want to and call that baby old. She can be old, but she old and fine, okay? She may carry the bone, but she still is a pretty lady. So I was not here for her trying to take a dig at Karlie. And then she also tells him about meeting up with Mimi and mentioning that she wasn't the only Latin artist. But Stevie assures her, okay, he's like, no, you know, I haven't even been working with Joseline, you know, and although she is signed to the management team, I haven't been working with her, so you are still my Latin artist, and I'm putting all my focus into you, okay? So then we have Rasheeda and Kirk, and y'all, I just really came with this conversation. Like, I wish y'all could see, like, how short of a sentence Alright, sorry y'all, my baby daddy called me twice. I was trying to ignore the call, but I had to answer in case it was something important. it wasn't. He just wanted to know if Bubba had some white shoes. Anyway, so back to this whole Kirk and Rasheeda thing. Basically the conversation is Kirk need to take the test if you want to talk back to Rasheeda. That's it. Like, everything else is irrelevant. Like, if you gonna take the test, take the test. If you're not, say you're not, and just be done with it. Like, they just need to either figure out they gonna get a divorce or they gonna stay together, because all of this meeting up and y'all saying y'all ain't talking, but then everybody seeing y'all out together. But you know what I'm saying, like, we already know you staying by your man, okay? So just be real and be like, okay, well, come on home, you know, bring the baby with you, and let's be one happy family. Like, be real with yourselves. If y'all gonna do this, then do it. So anyways, we have Stevie and Joseline meet up at Stevie's house, and come to find out that Joseline didn't leave the baby with Stevie when she left to go to LA. She actually left her with her sister, and Stevie went over there and spent some time with her from here and there. But what does Joseline have on? Like, what is it? It's like Fashion Nova, but like slutty. Like, okay, Fashion Nova is already thought world, okay? Like, it's already thotty enough. Like, I have on a Fashion Nova shirt right now, and if I didn't have this like little black thing under here, this would be completely out. And then this has, so this is like, okay, I know the thotty from Fashion Nova, but this is like Fashion Nova slut sister clothing. Like, I'm just not here for it. Like, it's just too much. Like, stop it. Who's wearing this on a regular day, during the day, strolling around with a baby? Like, we don't even see Beyonce looking like look regular, okay? You are nobody, Joseline. I mean, not that you nobody, but you're not really that important where you could just be wearing this crazy crap around here. And I'm like, get it together. Anyway, Stevie wants to get back into business with Joseline, and Joseline is like, no, because we've tried this before and we cannot mix business and personal, and seeming that we got a co-parent, that's gonna be where we are. And then Stevie tells Joseline to move in with him, you know, like, let's be a family, let's move in together. And again, Joseline says, no, I'm not gonna do it. So Joseline tells Stevie that she's already purchased the ticket to go to Miami, and Stevie says, well, nah, y'all not going, because wherever I am, my baby will be there. So I was like, that's interesting, because you got all these dang on kids. But then again, I think Stevie was living in New York when he had them kids that was upstate. So that could be true. He probably really is. I don't know. Stevie is really, really big about his kids anyway, so I could feel him in on that. But basically tells her don't try it, and she says, well, I'm trying to, you know, work this out. You know, you give me $20,000 a month and we can stay out of court. I was like, $20,000? Now, let me get this straight, y'all, because, you know, as a single mom, I'm out here like $20,000. $20,000 a month for that little baby. Now, babies are expensive. Don't get it twisted. Babies are very expensive. But you could get by, like, if I was making $5K a month, like, you can get by with getting you, you know, $5K with your little expensive strollers. Get you some regular stuff and live a regular life and raise that baby regular, because babies grow out of stuff too fast. Now, $20K a month, she ain't even in daycare yet. What you need $20K a month for? What are you doing that you can't watch your own kid, Joseline? She irks my nerves sometimes, but I'm trying to not be biased, okay? So anyways, Stevie said that he ain't never been afraid of court, and they can go to court, you know, whatever they need to do. So next we have Karlie's grand opening, and this was the last scene. Melissa and PC and Jock are all standing around talking, and PC tries to throw shade and compares the shop to a swap meet. Now, I wasn't here for that, because I was like, what do you have? Like, who are you? Like, how you throwing shade on somebody? And then I realized that she probably was told to make a name for herself, and by coming for Karlie, you kind of know you're gonna get more scenes if you come for Karlie, because Karlie does have a big part in this whole thing now anyways, in the whole franchise. So going after Karlie or Joseline makes sense in the grand scheme of things. And I was like, okay, I get it. She says, Melissa tells her, oh, be nice. And she says, I'm here to support, you know, I'm here to support. You know, I want people to see my accomplishments. If I was 52, I was like, here you go again with that age thing. Like, boo, you ain't no spring chicken. I keep trying to tell you. You ain't out here looking 22. You can't pass for 22. There's nothing about you say 22. You look like you got a couple of kids, you know, and that's no tea, no shade. That's all based upon her body. She got wide hips. And I know a lot of Hispanics do have wide hips, but she just looks like she's had a couple kids. I'm just saying, okay? So anyways, Dime shows up with Baller Bay, and everybody is in shock and awe because, again, she had went on a date with old girl, dude with the eye. Hey, what's up? Hello. His ex girlfriend had went on a date with her, so everybody was just like, okay, so now you with a dude. Okay, whatever. And then the shocker of all shockers, but of course we've been reading the blog, so we already knew, and they can't keep their mouth shut for nothing. But Karlie Red is with Caesar from Black Ink Crew, and of course Jock was standing there with his mouth like, oh, really? You invited me here for this? And then it cuts off. So on the next episode, Jock is actually thanking Caesar for taking Karlie and her BS out of his life. Flocka and Tammy are talking about her working, her career. Rasheeda gets a surprise visit from Jasmine's ex-boyfriend, and he believes that he's the father. And then the girls go on a trip, and Jock shows up with thirsty, Pretty Ricky. I forget what I was calling her, but y'all know the girl who got in a fight with Tommy. I forget her name. That's Treasure P. Treasure P is her name, because I've been calling her Pleasure P because she gets on my nerves. I'm not even sure what's going on there. So yeah, that's the whole episode of Love and Hip Hop. I don't know, like I am exhausted. They have exhausted me, and I'm ready for this season to be over. Are y'all ready for this season to be over? I'm ready to get back to LA, or I'm just ready to get back to LA because I'm ready to see what's going on out there, because Atlanta is exhausting me with all of this drama, all of this tea. 1 minute somebody talking, the next minute they beefing, and then the next minute they back friends again. I can't take it. I can't take it. I will catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And as always, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And don't come for me because my lip gloss was popping earlier, but it's not right now. I don't have time for all that, okay? I will catch you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.